Hey guys, my name is Joel Olivares and I've been assigned to exercise 9A, chapter 6 for chapter 6. And so we have to determine the ending inventory under a perpetual inventory system using FIFO, moving average, and LIFO for Lion Center, which began operation on July 1st. After we do that, we will have to decide which costing method produces the highest ending inventory valuation. Just so you know, it was very hard to find similar videos like this exercise. So I had a hard time with this exercise, so I apologize in advance. But I know throughout the week we will practice more and we will understand more about this chapter or exercise. So on July 1st, we're told that we purchased 7 units at the price at this price, $62. This is the unit cost. And so if we multiply that, we'll come up with the total cost. So that will be, so the remaining units cost will be 7 times 62. So that's, in total earnings will be 434. And then, and on July 6th, we are told that we sold 5 of our units. So by doing that, we have to remember under FIFO we use the oldest unit cost remaining. So the oldest cost remaining is 62. So we multiply units sold times 62, and that will give us 310. Since we sold, we'll have to subtract, the total earnings for the previous total earnings minus the current total earnings. So if we subtract that, the total earnings will be 124, a decrease, and the remaining unit cost, it will be 2 because 7 minus my 5 units is 2, and the remaining unit, the oldest unit cost remaining is 62. And then on July 11, we are given the information that we purchased 3 units at the price of $66. So we multiply this and we'll come up with so the total cost will be 198. And so here it gets a little tricky because we have to remember that the oldest unit cost remaining was 2, and the remaining units in cost was 2, meaning the unit, and 62 was the cost. And so we are told that we purchased 3. So since we have 2, we'll have to add 2 times 62 and then plus 3 times 66. So, and then if we subtract the total cost, since we purchased, so the total earnings is going to increase. So we add 124 plus 198, and that will give us total earnings of $322. And then on July 14, we sold 3 of our units. And so if we sold 3 of our units, so we will sold 2 at the price of 62 because it's the oldest, and then 1 at the price of 66. So if we do that, we will multiply 2 times 62 plus 1 times 66, that will give us 190. Since we sold, we'll have to subtract total earnings 322 minus 190. That will give us total earnings 132. And so we have to remember that the oldest unit cost remaining in this case will be $66 per unit. And then on July 21st, we purchased 4 units at this price at $71. So if we multiply this, total cost will be $284. Have to remember that the oldest unit cost remaining is 66. So 2 times 66 plus 4 times 71. So that will give us, since we purchase, we'll have to add 284 plus 132, that will be 416. And then on July 27, the company sold 3 units. So to calculate the unit cost, we'll use the information, the remaining unit cost, which is 2 units times 66 plus, so since we sold 3, so the remaining unit in cost is unit 2 times 66 plus 1 unit to add the $71, which was the unit cost remaining. So when we do this math, the total cost will be 203. And then the remaining unit cost is gonna be 3 times 71. So that's all this unit cost remaining. And then since we sold, we'll have to subtract total earnings minus the total cost. So that will give us 213. That's the ending inventory here. So that's the ending inventory. So that's our answer. FIFO will be 213. That's the ending inventory. I hope this made sense, but that's the right answer. And then I would like to explain LIFO. So LIFO is a little easier because LIFO is the most recent cost remaining. So whereas FIFO is the oldest unit cost remaining. So on July 1st, we know that we purchased 7 units and the unit cost is 62 according to this information right here. So if we multiply that, that will give us 434 total cost. And then, so this is the current earnings. On July 6th, we are told that we sold 5 units. And so we know that we used the most recent cost remaining, which was 62. We multiply that and that will give us a total cost of 310. And so again, we will have to subtract total earnings minus the total cost for the units that we sold. So that will give us 310 minus 434, 124. And then July 11th, we purchased 3 units, and so at the price of $66 according to this instruction. So if we multiply that, that will give us 198. And so total earnings is 124 minus 198 will give us, since we purchased, we will have to add. So that will give us 322. total earnings or the ending inventory. And then on July 14, we sold 3 units. And so the most recent cost remaining in LIFO, remember LIFO, which is the most recent cost remaining, is $66 per unit. So 3 times 66 is 198. Since we sold, we have to subtract, and that will give us 124. And then on July 21st, we purchased 4 units, and according to the instructions, the price was $71. So 4 times 71 is, so units purchased times the unit cost is 284 total cost. The total cost is going to be 284. And then since we purchased, we have to add that to the ending inventory or total earnings. And so that will give us $408. Lastly, we sold 3 units. So we sold 3 units. Doesn't tell us the price. So the most recent remaining price is 71. And so 3 times 71 is 213. Since we sold, we have to subtract that. So the ending inventory 408 minus the total cost 213 will give us the ending inventory or the total earning. So this is our answer for a LIFO. So 135 will be the ending inventory for a LIFO. For the ending inventory under the purchase inventory system. So this is our the answers, the ending inventory for FIFO and LIFO. And so the questions, I couldn't get the answer for moving average, so I will apologize on that one. I couldn't find the answer for that one. But if we use these two, LIFO and FIFO, which costing method produces the highest ending inventory valuation? Well, it will be in this case FIFO. FIFO would produce the highest ending inventory valuation because it's 213 and LIFO is 195. I hope that you guys understood a little bit of this problem. And again, I apologize in advance if there was something that you couldn't understand. But I hope that it helped you in some way. And I know that by the end of the week, we will all learn more about it. So thank you so much, and please share your feedback. And if you can, if you've done similar problems, you can help me out understand some other questions or help me to do better next time. Thank you very much.